Welcome back to Studio 701. It is 2021.
It's the start to a new year, which could be a great time to make resolutions on how you spend and save money.
And to help us get started with that, Lindsay Rath-Wald, a private banking officer with Starion Bank, is joining us now. Thank you so much for being here, Lindsay.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
And we're excited to have you, Lindsay. So how long have you been at Starion Bank?
I've been with Starion for 5 years now.
5 years now.
Yep.
Glad to have you here, but you are a North Dakota girl, right?
I am born and raised North Dakota. Yep.
Okay, well, you have provided us with some great tips for saving money this year. Even if you're living paycheck to paycheck, I know I have back in the day, but we'd like to go through those tips with you now. So starting with turning our intentions into action. So how can we do that?
Yeah, so saving money can definitely be hard, especially when you're on a tight budget. So I just highly recommend, starting small with a small plan and just turn those intentions into actions and committing to it, because it will help you to save money and just to make that process easier. Creating a budget. Look at your essential needs versus your non-essential needs. We tend to spend more money on our non-essential needs. So pick a certain amount and stick with that amount per pay period or per month that you're gonna prioritize saving, and stick that in with your essential budget. It's just gonna make it easier for you in the long run. Look for areas within your budget to cut back. That's just another great way. Don't go for that daily coffee, don't go out to eat as much. It's these small things that add up that we don't realize they're really adding up. Just starting small, starting with $10 per month or $10 per period. That's just gonna gradually make you more comfortable with saving in the long run. Another great way is just to open a savings account. At Starion, we make it super easy to open a savings account. It takes less than 4 minutes online, or you can stop in the branch. It's just a great way to start establishing that savings.
And Lindsay, are you ever surprised, how many people don't have a savings account yet?
Yeah, it's actually shocking to me, how many of our customers don't have savings accounts. I think it's just the fact that, savings accounts, we do put restrictions on them because that is what they're there for. They're there for you to save money. So we do have penalties, such as you can only withdraw 6 times per month, and you'll be penalized if you go over that. But that's what a savings account is for. It's for you to initially make that move to start saving more.
So aside from the penalties, what would be a couple of reasons that somebody should open a savings account? Are there higher interest rates or?
Yep, so there's definitely benefits with opening savings account. You can earn higher interest on your money, and it's just a safer place to protect your money. Checking accounts, we like to use our debit cards. We like to spend that money. Savings accounts are a great way to just get used to putting that money aside into that account and leaving it there.
Okay, let's keep looking at your tips. I know we have some more that we want to check out, and one in particular that really speaks to me is get rid of unused subscriptions. That's a good tip.
That's a great tip. So honestly, I feel like there are so many subscriptions out there, whether it's apps or whether it's on our TV that we subscribe to that we don't even realize that we're in contracts with. A good example is myself. I just had a renewal on an app that I purchased a year ago. It was a new app. It sounded great. It was a fitness app, new year, new me. So I signed up for it, looked at my account, and the app had charged me again. Just a simple example, I had deleted the app, looked in my subscriptions, nothing was active, but it was the fine lines in that app that they got me with. And it not only renewed automatically on my card, but it had doubled in price. So it's just looking at those little things that we can get rid of to try to help to get rid of those costs that we're wasting away money on.
Yeah, I've gotten caught with that before too. So thank you for sharing your story. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
And I noticed another tip you have in here is refinance your home. That speaks to me. I've seen some people save quite a bit of money monthly just by refinancing.
Yeah, refinancing right now is great. Interest rates are so low right now. I think it's making history for most people, but it's just a great way to save thousands of dollars. Sitting down with a professional and they can go over your situation and just find what's best for you. That's just gonna save you money in the long run. I know there are fees associated with refinancing, but in the long run, those fees that you're gonna pay, it's gonna outweigh it because you're gonna save more and more money.
All right, your next tip, choose to wait on big new things. That can be hard to hear sometimes, but I guess if your goal is to save money, that's a good tip.
Yep, I just always, tell customers, I know we all want that fresh off the lot 2021 vehicle, but if it's not within your budget right now, buy the used vehicle, because as soon as you drive that 2021 off the lot, it depreciates. And if you don't have it in your budget right now, just buy the used vehicle and save up for that brand new someday so that you can get exactly what you want.
And the last tip you have there is know that it's worth it. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so in the long run, just start small. Anywhere you start is great. We just highly encourage you, start somewhere, because you're gonna be so glad you did someday. Just turning those intentions into actions is a win in our book.
Love it. Well, Lindsay, thank you so much for being here this morning. Some really great tips you shared with us and our viewers. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Lindsay. And if you have any questions, make sure you check out StarionBank.com. And keep it here. Coming up next, how do you make sure your kids are getting enough exercise?
We talked